What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Salt Check Podcast. My name is Bryce, aka Bruce Jablanca, and I'm here with
Caleb or War Monkey 75.
and welcome to the 1 year anniversary video.
We did it.
1 year of Salt Check Podcast. Year full of up and down, but we're still cooking.
We are.
We're still kicking, and I think this summer will be our best stretch of videos yet.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, let's just start it, you know? We got trivia today. I'm asking trivia to Caleb. We're finally reviewing Madame Web and Morbius. We suffered through that last night.
Back to back.
Suffered. I loved both of those movies.
Yeah, okay.
And then we have a top 10 of video games we want to see a sequel of, or just like
The next.
next in the series.
Yeah.
So, would you like to start with trivia?
Sure.
I told Caleb last night this trivia either is gonna suck complete ass for him, or it's gonna be really easy. So we'll find out.
Here we go.
And today's trivia is trivia about the past year of the podcast.
Oh boy. Alrighty.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
What episode is this episode?
I know it's wrong in my notebook. In my notebook, because in here I've got it like 9 or 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 13 question mark, 15 question mark, 16,
Oh, God.
17, 18. So I haven't actually known what episode it is past like episode 10, because it was always like one off. And I have this one written down as number 32.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
It is 32. I don't know how you got the 30 back to 32, but
Yeah.
who was our first guest?
Was it Forrest?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
That is correct. All right, here's where we start getting a little crazy. Who was Forrest's favorite Star Wars character?
It's Anakin.
Correct.
I know, like, because it was also my favorite one.
What was my favorite Pixar movie before we did our Pixar marathon?
No. I'm just gonna say, I know it was up there. I'm gonna say Toy Story 3.
That is correct. Because it was the same as before as after. So,
I just remember you going like, I hate Lotso.
I do hate Lotso. Who was Cooper's favorite rapper?
Ooh. It's not Drake. I know Drake was in his like top 4.
Yeah, because we were like,
Yeah, we were like,
that was before. That was
Yeah.
before Silly. We'll have to see this summer when he comes on if that has changed at all with recent
yeah.
news.
Shoot.
No Starbucks today, if you can tell.
Yeah.
We aren't recording on a Friday because this is coming out on a Thursday. So,
I don't remember it was anything like if it was Kendrick or not, but I don't think it was.
I just remember knowing, I knew this the entire time, but I forgot. And then I was pissed off when he said it because I was like, damn, I knew that the entire video. But I don't know if you know it, but I know it.
I'm gonna say, I think it was Rod Wave.
Is that your final guess?
Yeah.
It is not Rod Wave.
Dang.
It is NBA Youngboy.
Oh, yeah, I probably wouldn't have guessed
I
that.
knew that because I bought him a poster of him in the Dells.
Oh,
And then I just completely forgot about it. Who was Evelyn's favorite evolution?
wasn't it Umbreon?
That's correct.
Okay, because that was also the same as mine.
Yep. Just such a big copier. What was Tony's favorite game?
Oh God, this could be like four things. Um,
I did not remember this answer, but
it's mixed between like Tarkov, Ark, and Valorant or CS:GO. I'm trying to think of what he was really into, because he'll get into like one game for like 3 months.
yep,
So it really depends on what he was into those months. Um, I'll just say it was Ark.
it was Escape from Tarkov.
Dang it.
I was kind of hoping you would just been like, well, there's Tarkov. I'm just gonna go with Tarkov.
I wish I would have done that.
What was my favorite double dash track?
Oh shoot. Um,
1 in 16 shot.
yeah, I do. Uh, I can narrow it down. Um, I know Luigi Circuit was up there because it is a classic. That'd be funny if it was Luigi Circuit. Uh, Not just because it was the first one in the the game. Um, can't be Dino.
While he's thinking, stay tuned for streams. They're coming very soon. Probably
Yes,
starting in June. We'll probably start streaming. So,
I do have a list of all of them in here. Should I just look at them really quick?
um, sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if that's a good idea for the rest of the questions or not.
Where are they? It's NFL sleepers. Is this Wii? This is Wii.
Pretty sure that this is like episode like 7 or something like that. No, Forrest was episode wait, I have no idea.
I found it. It was episode 11 in my book.
That honestly sounds right in my head now that you say that.
Before this, I have 6, 8, 9 or 10.
Okay.
11. Was it? I can't. No, it's not. It might be Wario Coliseum, but I don't think so. Um, it's not Mario Circuit. Man, uh, it's gonna go with Luigi Circuit.
It was Wario Coliseum.
Dang it! I saw it and I went, oh yeah, it's Wario Coliseum. Oh wait, no, it's not. Ah,
Darn.
shucks.
Do you love doing that to yourself?
I'm just such.
Gaslight yourself into picking something else. What was my favorite Disney animated movie at the time of recording? Stay tuned for a possible Disney princess movie ranking. We did kind of start watching those, so we'll see.
And maybe an X-Men.
Yeah, we're also talking about that. So if you made it this far into the video, insider scoop.
I know. I remember Inside Out was way up there.
Well, not Pixar,
Or
just Disney.
yeah. Hmm. Such. When did we do our Disney top 10?
I think it was episode 6.
Yeah, too bad I can only think of episodes 8 and above. Damn. Oh, this is back when like we had like 10 honorable mentions. It's like, oh Lord.
We cut those down for a reason
Yeah,
because
so
our videos started hitting the 2-hour mark.
we just couldn't talk about every single thing.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a reason it's the top 10.
yeah.
Started bringing 30 plus options to the tables.
Honestly, none of these seem like they would be your favorite. And it's like we don't really talk about Disney that much. I don't think it's Wreck-It Ralph. I don't even know if that was in your top 10. Um, Encanto's probably up there. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna say Moana.
That is correct. I don't know. I was expecting you to guess that right off the bat, honestly. We did just watch that
We
like
did.
a week ago. What was my favorite horror movie before our marathon when we just did the base top 10 horror movies? Is
I think it was still The Shining.
that your final answer?
Yes.
Don't look at me like that.
Yes.
It is not The Shining.
What was it?
It was Sinister.
Oh, yeah.
Last question. The forbidden question 11. Because I wanted to throw this in there because I was curious if you'd remember. And this is forbidden because this video never came out.
What is Abomination's real name?
Do you know it?
It's Emil Blunt.
That shit's just been haunting you ever since. As I was saying, forbidden because this video never came out.
Uh-huh.
It was between me, you, and Forrest ranking Marvel movies. And that was back when we did the combined ranking. What was our number one when we combined all of our rankings together?
No.
I just unintentionally wrote wrong already before you even said anything. I just wrote an X next to it. Youch.
I'm guessing it was Infinity War.
Is that your guess?
No, because it's probably Endgame.
That was you revving up a second ago.
It's gonna be, I'll say Endgame.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It was No Way Home. Should have kept the X there, apparently. Because of Forrest. I'm pretty sure it was his number one.
Oh, okay.
And then it was like our top 5. So it just automatically got put there. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I had Infinity War at 1 and you had Endgame at 1.
Yeah.
And then we both had, I think you had Infinity War at 6 and I had Endgame at 6.
Oh.
So just fucking cancel each other out.
Damn.
And then I don't remember what Forrest had for either of them. I just remember Forrest had Winter Soldier at like 24 and I was just like, huh?
Man. Yeah, I think we like had just watched it too.
No Way Home?
Yeah, or something
Maybe.
like that.
I mean, I think that was before. No, that was we recorded that like a week after Guardians 3 came out because Guardians 3 was like our top 3 as well.
Yeah.
Forrest is just such a bitch for Andrew Garfield. Like a lot. That was that. Let me see what you got.
But I got like 6 out of 11 or something.
I think so. Just so mediocre at Salt Shack. Guess we gotta have Forrest as the mainstay now. That would be a face he'd make. Well, should we review Madame Web and Morbius? No.
Yeah, let's save it for the end. Yeah.
Alright. Well, we'll start with Morbius. You want to give it out of 10 on a countdown?
Yeah.
Do you have a number in mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Morbius, ranked out of 10. We finally watched it. 3, 2, 1, 4.
1.5. 4.
Here's my thing. I think if this wasn't a Marvel movie, it would have been perfectly fine. But the fact that it's a Marvel movie is so bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was like it was okay.
There were a lot of like pointless slow-mos. Like two of them were cool because it was like always slashing the other guy's stomach, but it
Mm-hmm.
was just like what? Like it was just slow motion, and they were just like just staring at each other, and I was like, okay.
I think the
Um,
only one that pissed me off was when he found out he could glide with like
oh,
echolocation or whatever the
with like
fuck it was.
the air vent, and
Yeah.
he could like see this. Yeah,
And Milo was running at him for like a good like 3 minutes straight, and then he finally just went
yeah,
and flew away.
jumped in front of a bus. Um, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of like awkward script decisions that were made, and then there were like just like that. Some long shots were just that were just like, come on, like this is kind of pointless.
Also, we're probably gonna be talking about spoilers for both movies,
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you haven't watched them, you don't have to.
Yeah.
We watched Morbius and Madame Web back to back, so you didn't have to.
God.
We were gonna watch Mad Max, but I just had to cook the idea that we could review this on the podcast. So
yeah. I think things it really had going for it though was I did like how dark it was. Kind of felt like the newer Batman type vibe. Um though it was hard to see sometimes, where it was like I'm gonna have to think about actually seeing this, and then you had to turn the lights off for that one point.
yeah, like the end fight, I turned off the
Yeah,
lights because I just couldn't see anything. So I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
And then the end Morbius costume was really cool with like the purple when he was like zooming around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I think my favorite thing about this movie was the story though, because it was like friends turned enemies, and then he ended up killing like his girlfriend, his love interest. Um, he was like, "I'm not drinking the red," and then he instantly went back on it.
Classic
Yeah,
alcoholic story.
yeah, and then he fought Milo, but won with bats.
I mean, yeah, I thought it was like perfectly fine for an origin movie. It's like, I don't know. We're definitely going to be reviewing Craven the Hunter when that comes out later this year.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how that goes. But, um, I mean, for what I was hearing about this movie, I like, honestly, for how bad it was like talked up, I wasn't as bored as I thought I would be during it. Because I've watched like plenty of movies where I'm just like, this is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, all right, this is interesting. I think the biggest baffled moment I had was when they started the movie in that like bat cave
Mm-hmm.
and just never talked about it again.
Yeah.
Like, I get they
That's true.
flashback to the kids and like meeting Milo for the first time, da da da, but like they never went back to that cave. So I was like, oh, I thought they were gonna go back, and then they didn't.
Yeah, he did just kind of cut his hand and go.
I don't know if that was like after he took it or
Yeah.
didn't really explain much, or if that's like present day after the whole Milo fight. They didn't really like say any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Milo was a pretty solid villain.
Yeah, I really liked. He was like really annoying, which was great.
Yeah, like really annoying. Nah, I almost said something. I'm not gonna say that though.
I think Matt Smith did a good job acting. Um, yeah, I didn't have a problem with the special effects either. Like whenever he kind of used the echolocation and his eyes turned all like milky and like the whole world kind of like it's like a weird spider sense.
Yeah.
That was cool. And when it like went over the buildings, it was like yeah. everything was all foggy. Yeah. I like this does make me excited to see him like with other characters though.
I think that's why I gave it a 4. I was just excited to see what they're gonna do next with
Yeah.
Vulture being in that universe now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of other stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, when he initially turned into Morbius or the vampire or whatever, it was pretty dope. When he like took out all the goons on the
Yeah.
boat. And then like the twist of Milo being the one that killed the nurse in the hallway after you thought it was Morbius was
Mm-hmm.
like pretty good too. Um, so
And then is he technically a speedster then? I don't know. He does seem to be really fast, or he can like slow time and think really quickly. Uh, or what? I don't really know what's up with that because like vampire bats can't slow time. What? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I think he has like just dog shit spidey senses, maybe.
I
He's like,
mean,
whoa.
yeah,
The air is just like, oh no, I'm flying away now.
yeah. Wow, I can see wind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I I don't know. I feel like people like obviously it's not a good movie. But like I don't know.
I think it's overhated.
It's it's gotta be.
Um, yeah, because just what I've heard, it's definitely not as bad as what you hear. Would I watch it again? Not yet.
No. But like I'd probably watch it over the Hulk movie in the MCU.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to care about that movie when you're watching it.
That's also why I gave it a 4, because I gave Hulk a 1.5, which means I gave it a 3.
Mm-mm.
And I would watch Morbius over Hulk. So that's why it's a 4 for me.
Oh, I did mine out of 5,
Oh,
so
well,
it's
that's
technically a 3 out of 10.
yeah.
But
There you go.
yeah,
So we weren't that far off,
yeah,
actually.
no, because I was doing it based off of like Letterboxd.
Yeah. So, yeah.
This whole time I was like 4 out of 5 stars. I was like,
No,
holy
I
shit.
said out of 10, goober.
I thought of like a 10 countdown. Like I was like reading
No.
a 10, 9, and I was like,
Nope. Out of 10. So, yeah, 2 out of 5.
yeah, no. I mean, another really cool thing that I liked, um, was how it like used their clothes when they like went really quick, like when he was a part of the prison, and then when he like moved, it was orange. So there's like that little dynamic there, and then yeah, with like the purple one, it was like, oh, this is Morbius. This is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope he shows up in Blade at some point. He obviously will, because
You'd think.
Vampire Hunter, uh, and those little teases of Blade.
Maybe we'll see him in Venom 3 later this year, too. So.
That'd be cool. So, yeah,
Maybe this will just hopefully lead to Amazing Spider-Man 3. And Andrew get a redemption arc real quick.
yeah. And then they all just meet up again, kind of.
Yep.
Like, they won't remember Tom Holland, but oh God, yeah, that's huh.
I might. I mean, they don't need to meet either. Vulture is in Venom's world now.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, we'll see.
that was Morbius. Ready for Madame Web?
Yeah, this one out of 10 or
Yep.
okay.
You were bullying me so hard giving it a 4, but we were only a number off.
Yeah,
Reality
I was like,
all right, I gotta think about this for a sec. I mean, not really. Out of 10,
out of 10. Okay,
3, 2, 1, 2.
2. Yeah, I gave it a 1 star. Uh,
Ouch. Like, for how bad it is, it's not as long as of a watch as I thought it would be. Because it is a
yeah,
2 hour movie, which made me go, damn, that kind of sucks ass. But like, it kind of like cooked through it. It's just my biggest issue is the whole like marketing plot of this movie was three Spider Women,
mm-hmm.
and they were in their suits for probably 5 minutes of the movie, and it was a future shot. It
Like,
wasn't even present days.
like not even. It was like 20 seconds. We saw like
Yeah.
Ezekiel get beat up like twice, and that was it. And I was like, well, that's all I wanted out of this movie, and we just didn't get it.
Yeah. And I found most of them to be very insufferable human beings. Like, holy shit. Like, straight off the bat, I get the mom was trying to help the baby or whatnot, and then Ezekiel was just like, nah, this is my spider now. And
Yeah,
then like literally the ambulance, like, I already forgot her name. Cassie,
yeah.
main girl, drives an ambulance, and then a kid wants to give her a picture, and she goes, what am I supposed to do with this?
Like
Fucking keep it,
you're
douchebag.
you're
Like,
old enough to make that decision.
like,
Oh my god, just take it.
oh my god. And I don't know. I found a lot of the flashbacks to be like kind of shot obnoxiously. Like, I get it's supposed to be like over dramatic because that's how she's seeing it, but it's
Yeah.
like, holy fuck. Like, God. And like, suddenly Ezekiel's crawling on the ceiling just out of goddamn nowhere. And I get that he's like supposed to be like the silent assassin type kind of guy, like sneak up on you, but like, huh?
Yeah. His suit was cool. I wish he like actually had like a villain name. I'm sure he does.
Probably.
But
I mean, to be honest, he's probably up there with one of the worst villains I've ever seen in a superhero movie.
yeah.
We were constantly distracted by the fact that the like audio wasn't matching up with his mouth during the movie.
Like why would you put that out as a finished film?
Like, huh? Like, that was just awful. Like, I spent damn near every scene that he was in, like, either laughing at how corny he sounded, because he sounded like a goddamn AI, like,
Yeah.
robot, and, like, realizing his voice doesn't match up with his mouth. There's a scene where he, like, it was like a cut directly to him talking, and he was on the steps, and we just bursted out into laughing because we were just like, what?
Yeah, we were just so like oh, it cut to him. Nothing made sense. His like grammar was like his pacing with his words were just not they just
Just,
I don't get it.
there's, like, no way any, like, Hollywood, like, agency sees this and goes, let's get him. That's like our
Yeah.
guy. Now
It's
his cadence is awful. Like,
just
he sounds like a fucking robot. Like, that's how I'd think Ultron would talk.
yeah.
But no,
Just a guy.
Ultron sounds fucking badass. This guy sounds like a dumbass. So,
Um yeah, things that weren't super clear was did all the girls get bit by the spider then? Is that do they have powers?
doesn't
Is it
matter.
like just
They
the suit?
doesn't matter. They were literally not even fighting in this movie anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
clearly there's some future that Cassie saw with them doing that. Obviously Ezekiel did too. That's
Yeah.
the only scenes we saw them fighting besides the end being like, get excited for the second one.
Mhm.
Good luck making a second one with the money you
Yeah.
I mean, they probably got money because people were like, go see this. This is fucking awful. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it just I don't know. I do like Madame Web's powers though. It is kind of OP. I mostly just like the part where she was like in 4 different places at once. That was cool. Um,
Yeah, also fuck the people in Peru being like, with the responsibility, you will have the power.
yeah,
Shut
it
the
was so
fuck up. Just say the original fucking line at that point. It's just the same. You are talking
yeah,
like Yoda. Like, if he had to say, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, that's probably how Yoda would say it.
yeah.
With the responsibility, you
Just
have
say,
great
just
power.
say the iconic one.
Shut the fuck up.
We
Like,
all know what
God.
you're trying to do. We also couldn't stop laughing when the spider people like came down at first. Like she got like stabbed in the chest, and then these like red clay people just like appeared, and then they ran
It
up
was just
some like
so out of
trees,
nowhere.
and
And
we
then,
were like,
yeah, the mom got shot. Ezekiel
yeah,
ran,
yeah,
and then suddenly, pew, like these spider
yeah,
people come down, yank her, and then they're like bouncing off tree branches, and we were
yeah,
like, huh?
yeah.
Like, I get it, like why it happened, but it was just like caught me off guard so goddamn much. Like, why?
So the CGI for the spider looked awful.
It did.
This entire movie, I was like, that's just a fake spider.
It also
Like,
looked like a video game cutscene when he finally like he took it from her. He took the glass, like looked at the spider, and then this it zoomed in on the shitty ass CGI spider going like just walking around in there, and I was like, this looks like it came from like a shitty Sony video game. Like,
yeah,
this is not a movie. Also, just like, oh my god, like they all were just so obnoxious. Like,
yeah,
so obnoxious. And like, I get it. Like, if a random woman is telling you to leave the bus because you're in danger, I would also be quite alarmed by that. But like, they have now known each other for like damn near like 8 hours at this point. Clearly, Cassie made like why she took them pretty obvious as they saw the spider guy like
yeah,
trying to kidnap them. But like, they still are all just fucking ungrateful little pieces of shit. Like,
yeah.
holy fuck. Like, oh my god. I don't know any of their names either, so I couldn't tell you, like,
Julia, Maddie, and Anya.
Maddie fucking sucks. I was saying that the entire movie.
Yeah,
She had all these fucking one-liner, like, just, like, being a piece of shit for no reason lines, and I'm just like, someone hit her. Someone humble her. Please.
yeah.
Like, whatever.
I
And
just,
I think the ending, like, I get it. She went blind from the attack. She doesn't need her eyes anyway. She can see the goddamn future, whatever.
yeah,
She just looked like a fucking moron in that goddamn wheelchair. Like, it actually pissed me off. Like, she wanted to be Professor X so fucking
yeah.
bad.
That's pretty much what it was.
Like, staring out of like the window like she's Doctor Strange in the Sanctum, and then whips it around in the wheelchair like Professor X, like, bless you, Anya. What?
Achoo.
Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I get it. I don't know. This movie did not need to be 2 hours.
No.
Was it paced like it was paced dog shit, but at least it was like it held my attention enough where it wasn't just a slog to get through, I guess, is what I'd say. But like, there's easily so many scenes where I could have just like completely cut that out and it would have been fine without it. Like, I also just hated how long it took her to drive to the diner. They literally
Yeah.
fucking walked there through the woods, and she's like going this full on like chase, like, I need to get there before Ezekiel gets there. And then for some reason the car took longer than her walking in her vision. Like, okay, like, I get the car was needed to get away like quicker, because if they didn't have the car they probably were gonna die.
Yeah.
But tell me how that makes sense, how a car took longer than walking to get to the diner. And then she just smashed through the diner.
Yeah.
No cops gave a fuck about it. Like, no one was like, look out for this taxi.
Yeah.
Like,
that too.
someone rammed into the cafe or the whatever. And the diner, and they just did not care. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to make sense of this movie.
I just want to see what comes of the characters. I want to see them interact with other people in the MCU if they eventually make their way over, because they will.
I'm guessing they're just gonna piss me off if they talk to other people. It's already obnoxious when they talk to each other, and I don't really like any of them already. So I can't imagine fucking. I already forgot what you said her name was.
Maddie.
Like, Maddie was talking to Doctor Strange. Like, I would get furious because I just know she's gonna say some dumb shit to him. Like, and Sony went out of their way on Google to be like, this did not happen in the Venomverse. This did not happen in the MCU. This is their own universe. They knew this shit was gonna bomb before it even came out. Like, whatever. I think we're done talking about this movie now.
They were like, we spent all of our money hiring the actors. We gotta ad-lib over the villain for the final product. What?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys watch Blake Takes, but one of his like co-hosts for the like Film Bro podcast they do, Berto, I was I was reading his review on Letterboxd, and he was saying how like the ADR audio, like they had to reshoot it because he wasn't talking loud enough in the original studio make, so they re-recorded him talking in a microphone post, and then they just apparently his cadence was just so off from his actual studio like acting that like it just didn't match up to his mouth, and they didn't want to pay for reshoot of it, which fair enough, I wouldn't want to either, but like
it's like, how does someone not notice that when they film it?
Like, it sounds like the way he talks sounds like he's talking to himself in his head. Like, it's so loud when it comes onto the screen, and then you just see his mouth moving, but it doesn't match up to what he's saying. Like, the girl in the chair will be like, we just found a security camera. Also, how does that work? They're not that special. Like, there's no way they have all that shit. She's like, oh, we found it. Should we run a test? And he's over here like, run the logistics on where they are. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck off. I don't know. He easily is up there with the worst villains I've ever seen in a movie. Like, damn near as annoying as Ghost and Ant-Man and Wasp.
Honestly, yeah.
Ghost ends up being a good guy at the end. That's the only saving grace Ghost had. If Ghost died in that movie, I think Ghost would probably be worse than goddamn Ezekiel, but I'm pretty sure Ezekiel's worse than Ghost at this very moment, and I literally cannot think of any other villain that was anywhere close to this bad of a performance. Fucking Milo was better than this by a country, goddamn mile.
Yeah, Milo was
because Milo
solid.
was actually obnoxious, like actually just annoying, which
just killing everyone.
Yeah, like yeah. That's our Madame Web review. Let us know if you've watched that, what your review on it would be. With double uploads coming literally within the next week, by the time you guys see this, we'll probably do more movie reviews as segments just because why not?
Yeah.
So
unless you guys hate it.
Yeah, but yeah, just let us know. We'll change depending on how you guys feel about that. We'll probably do like current like 2024 movies, and then maybe we'll do like past movies too, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh no.
Goodbye. Now let's get into something more fun.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our top 10 video games we want sequels of, or just next in line games of it. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
I I don't really know how to explain how I ranked this. Because to be honest, like, I think I ranked this on how excited I'd be if they made a sequel more than like how likely it would be.
Okay.
And with that excitement level, I think the ones that are more likely, like, I don't know how to explain this. I'd play the game a fuckload even if it is like lower on my list, but I'm just more like, I think this would probably happen,
Okay.
so I'm not as excited about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my only honorable mention is a game that's literally has been announced this summer is NCAA 25.
Mm-hmm.
A game that hadn't been made in 11 years, but like it's still like pretty surreal that it's happening. But since it already got announced,
Yeah.
it's an honorable mention for me just because it's not technically something that I want because it's already happening. So
Yeah.
that's my only honorable mention for this video.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Mine are kind of the same way because it's like for fun, I wrote down Minecraft 2 because they're just gonna continue to update the game.
Yeah.
I just like wish it happened faster because they release like two big ones a year, and they recently announced this hammer item that's like super OP, and their reasoning was because why not? And like they like people were so happy because they were like, well, it's an optional thing. You don't have to use the hammer if you don't want to, and it's just like some like there's this one move where it's like a one and done, but it like instantly kills like one of the like biggest bosses. But it's like because why not? Because
Yeah.
some people are like can't mod the game, like people on Bedrock,
Mm.
and all they want is like stuff to like just mess around with, and that is one of them. So yeah, I wish Minecraft would update faster, but it's a game that will continue to grow.
Yeah.
What I'm excited for is the next Halo,
Are
obviously.
these honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to make sure.
Is the next Halo, like they're gonna make one.
I'd imagine, yeah.
I'm just excited to see where they go to, if they make like more complex mechanics or if they go back to their like Halo 3, Halo Reach roots and make it more basic and just see what goes on there. And then a game I got NASCAR Heat 6, which cuz 5 came out and then like died and now like no one plays online, and then that's all I really wanted to do in that game cuz like I can beat the AI on like the hardest difficulty now, and it's like, oh, well.
You just love this game.
Yeah, I do. I just load it up and it's fun to play.
You like making me play, and
Yeah.
then I refuse to play.
Yeah. But I'd wish for like a 4-player split screen instead of a 2-player, and like, yeah, I just want an active player base. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
all right.
So here's where this, like, me explaining this, probably, like, I explain this to make sense of why this is at 10 and not higher.
Yeah.
Number 10, I have Guitar Hero. I just, like, while I would be excited that they'd make a sequel, because I don't know if they will, honestly. I don't know if they ever will again, at least for console, especially with Fortnite having that thing now. But
Yeah.
my main reasoning why it's not that exciting is because Clone Hero's out,
Yeah.
and you could download any game or any song you want. So it's like
Yeah, like why?
free Clone Hero game, free downloads, or am I gonna have to spend another $125 to buy a guitar, the game? Probably have DLC that I'll want. Like, I don't know. Like, it'd be exciting, but I just don't think I'd be nearly as excited as I would for the rest of the games on my list. So that's why it's at 10. So.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. At number 10, I've got Nintendo Switch Sports 2, or just they add like all the other games they didn't add, like mostly like baseball and just stuff they had in 1 and Resort that they didn't have, and we were all disappointed by.
Yeah.
Uh, and like bowling is okay. Like just because all the technology that's in a Joy-Con and it like kind of fits in your hand a little better than a Wiimote. I don't know. They're both pretty comfortable for like one hand.
Yeah.
We were all just like so disappointed when it came out. Like it's fun, but it's not. It's not what
Yeah.
it used to be. And like getting like custom like bowling balls and like badminton rackets and volleyballs are cool, but it's like, and I want like an actual online bowling mode where, and maybe it does exist, but it'll throw like blockers and like it'll like move or the lane will get like it's like that one where you have to like curve it,
Yeah. Spin
spin
control.
control. Um, yeah, I just want the old games in it. That's about it.
That's fair. Number 9, I had Poke Park 3.
Oh,
Because I was like, what Pokemon game like do I really want like a sequel of? Because obviously I'm a large Pokemon fan. Haven't
yeah.
played in a while, but it's like I'll always have a soft spot for Pokemon in my body. But like what game haven't we seen out of Pokemon in a while? Poke
Mhm.
Park. And I like really enjoyed the first one like a lot. I
Yeah.
don't really remember most of the second one. I think it was not as good as the first one from what I remember,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would want a Poke Park 3. I don't know, like obviously, like I think they've had like 4 generations since Poke Park 2 because I think that was Unova like
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah. It
So
was.
like I don't know, because with the first one it was like you walk around and talk to Pokemon. And there wasn't really that many because it was like Gen 4. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
like the max you could have. So it was like, and you did all these missions and it was fun, but like I think they'd have to probably stick to a region maybe if they did another Poke Park, or like probably just a ton of fan favorites
Mhm.
for it to sell. So because I probably wouldn't even buy like a Poke Park for like Gen 9 or Gen 8.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe it's just me saying that now, and then if they announce it, I'd be like, yeah, I want to play that game, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? Alrighty.
Yeah.
um, at number 9, I've got Halo Wars 3, which I know you've never played.
Nope.
Cause one, it's a game where you can like make bases and then make troops, and depending on what character you're playing, you can like get better like flying troops or get better like tanks or get better like just regular military, and they all like counter each other in a way. Uh, they came out with the first one. It's like it's kind of flawless except for they put it was made on the 360, so when you get like 60 guys down, it kind of lags, and then it's like, uh,
Yeah, I'm sure
and
it'd probably
then
work better on a computer nowadays or something.
yeah, 100%. Um, and then they came out with Halo Wars 2, which is like, it's pretty good, but it like, I don't know, it kind of died right away, and there were like these packs that you could buy to unlock different things, and it was like, versus in the first game where it was like a campaign, and you could buy DLC characters, um, but after you play the campaign, you like had everything, so it was like, yeah, that's fun, and yeah, I don't know, I just like to see another game in that series because. And I didn't even look up if they were thinking about making one because it's like Halo's only version of that type of game. Um, but after like the second one flopped, I can see why they wouldn't put any brain power into it.
Yeah.
But it was fun uh, when like Halo Wars was at its peak because you just load that up and then
Hmm.
you could have like 3 people and you could all combine your armies and then go fight the other teams and they have their like own armies and just Yeah, it's a cool style of game. I don't exactly know what kind of game it would be off the top of my head, but yeah, Halo Wars 3.
My number 8, Elf Bowling.
I was gonna make that joke last night. I was like, I can't wait to see Elf Bowling on your list.
Um, Genuinely, the movie's not good.
Don't
Obviously,
watch the movie.
it's blatantly racist, but the game, while it is very stupid and very,
Stupid.
yeah, I mean, it's a fun ass game though. Like, uh, I wouldn't mind another one. Like, just I don't really like know what they'd put it on. Like maybe just a
Steam.
Steam like download or something, but I don't know. I'd probably buy it.
Yeah.
If I heard there was a new Elf Bowling coming out, I'd be like, yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah,
Why
why
not?
not?
Like especially if it was like $5 or $10. Like why not? So
Yeah. I'd hope there'd be like a local multiplayer for it, unless there already is.
certainly not anymore.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is a big fish game.
Ay, ay,
I
ay.
don't think I've heard anyone say they've played on Big Fish games probably since like 2013. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of when Elf Bowling Hawaiian Vacation came out. I think it was like 17 years ago at this point. So like anything's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll buy the rights for it.
Please, Elf Bowling, please.
Yeah.
Another one.
Hopefully that wasn't loud when I just smacked the hell out of my mic. I
Yeah.
want to know who even makes Elf Bowling games because I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head. Um, that or they could just like remaster it too.
Yeah. So it's playable on Steam.
It was made by Mumbo Jumbo. I've never heard of them. They probably just make like computer like shitters.
Yeah. What?
What do you mean, dude? They made. Oh my god! I forgot about this game. Holy shit! Wait, have I played this game? This looks really familiar. Polar Bowler. That looks. I've 100% played this game, whether it be on the computer or something. But wow, that brought back memories. Yeah, they've made Luxor Adventures. Never heard of that. Mahjong Towers. Um, that's about it.
Alrighty.
So yeah, Elf Bowling.
Um, at number 8, I have Star Wars Force Unleashed 3, and I get story-wise why they didn't make a third one. And it's like this non-canon apprentice of Darth Vader, and he's like OP. Like if he was included, he'd be like the strongest guy in the universe. Um, and yeah, like Darth Vader like goes to a village and like kills his family, and he's like, "You're my apprentice," and then he's like, "Okay," and then you basically like the whole game is kind of a breeze because your character is so overpowered with the force, and like it was basically pre Jedi Survivor. Like this came out on the Wii and stuff, and it was just really fun to just kind of like tear through a bunch of stormtroopers, and like you got to choose your own lightsaber, and like you got benefits from different colors. You could choose your own like attire and make your it was just this single player Star Wars like you were super overpowered and you just ripped through everything. I haven't finished the second game, but I watch people play it on YouTube, so I like know what happens. Um, but yeah, they just never made a third one. I'm sure they tried to, and then they were like, eh.
Yeah.
Uh, but it would be fun to see a third game in that series, like a more polished one. Uh, it's basically what Jedi Survivor is, but more broken
Mm.
because it was on the Wii. So
My number 7, I have Skate 4,
that makes
a
sense.
game that's been talked about being made for God knows how long at this point. Skate 3 was just such a blast to play,
Yeah,
honestly. And like even if you don't like skating, just like everything about Skate 3 is just like so fucking funny too. Like uh
yeah,
uh apparently it's like I mean it's been said it's been in the works for so long, but it says it might come out the end of this year,
Hmm.
supposedly. So
Alrighty.
we'll see if that actually happens or
Yeah,
not. But yeah, Skate 4.
because like it was so fun, even if you weren't good at the game, just to find like the biggest jump in the map
Yeah, and
and
break
just
all your bones.
yeah,
Yeah, like the online multiplayer, like while it was like kind of hard to do, like the Vanoss videos of it were just so fucking funny
yeah,
because they were all just like they'd just make big ass ramps and then fly and just absolutely bust ass.
yeah,
It was such a good time. I'd like the customization was already like super fucking cool, honestly, for that game because you could pretty much make whatever you wanted. But I would hope in Skate 4 you can just make your character as goofy as goddamn possible because like
yeah,
while it's a skating game, it's not a serious skating game at
yeah,
all. Like there might be like a story mode, like kind of, but like no one really does that, to be honest. They just play Hall of Meat and kill
yeah,
themselves. So
yeah. Um, it's like GTA without the guns and the violence, but you're just like locked onto a skateboard, free roam,
yeah,
crazy.
no, good stuff.
That makes sense. At number 7, I've got Sea of Thieves 2. And this is another like they're still like kind of updating the game. It was super popular when it came out, and then people realized how long it actually took to do everything. Something I've wanted since launch is them to like release like a 5 player or 6 player boat. And right now they've got like you can have a crew size of 4, which is like pretty standard for any game. It's like 4 people, blah blah blah. You can do like anything from a 1 person, like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and a 4 person ship. Um, and I've just wanted like a 5 or 6 person ship, and it hasn't come out, and it wouldn't be super hard to do. Um, like the way they balance it is like the bigger the ship, the harder it is to repair because the longer you have to run. And I think they could easily add another level, another cannon, and you could throw 5 or 6 people on it and just see what happens. This game was like mostly polished after it came out because like I guess the player tests didn't go as well, even though I did play like the beta and that was cool. Uh, but yeah, there's things they can capitalize on that I just hope will happen. So either a big update or a second game.
It seems like I'm not responding to Caleb's games because I've never played any of his
Yeah.
games that he said so far.
Yeah.
So I'm not I'm not trying to be like that's a shit take. Like I
Yeah.
just honestly have just never played these
Sea of
games.
Thieves. Why
Yeah.
would you ever enjoy that?
Yeah. Number 6, I have Wii Sports, but Wii Sports,
Okay.
not fucking Nintendo Switch Sports. Um, we were all excited when that Nintendo announcement video showed Wii Sports or Nintendo Sports. But for whatever reason, Nintendo just hates me is for some reason. They just want to get away from it, which
Yeah.
makes no fucking sense to me. It's like one of the biggest and best selling points of the like past two consoles they made was being able to create yourself.
Yep.
And these new gen characters just piss me off, like genuinely. Like,
Yep.
why did you do that? They could have had the perfect opportunity to have, you know, classics like Matt, Elisa, all these Mias return finally after years of like being gone to like maybe be a pro at a sport in the game. No, we're just gonna
No.
make these shitty avatar characters.
Yeah.
Like they look like the Xbox 360 like characters you make when you
The-
make your account.
Yeah.
Like they just look like shit. I'd want a full on like Wii Sports Resort was a sequel to Wii Sports. It was the great Wii Sports we had before, but with new games and just more game modes. I'd want that on the Switch, but make it Mii's
Yeah.
because the new characters suck. Like it actually pisses me off. They dropped the ball so hard with that shit. All they had to do is make Mii's the characters in it. I would have bought the game. I still haven't bought the game. So, like, yeah. That's all I gotta say about that.
Number 6 is a case of they'll probably make a game, but I don't know what they're gonna do. And I've got like the next installation of Smash Bros. Like, what are they gonna do after Ultimate? Like, this has everything everyone wanted.
I have a feeling they're gonna port Ultimate onto the next console, and
They will.
I think it's gonna be like a pretty large gap for the next one to come out. To be honest, because how do you beat
Exactly.
Ultimate? Like the only thing I could think of to make Ultimate better is a better story mode,
Yeah.
because that story mode was good, but because it was better than anything on the Wii U version.
Yep.
Like it was like the Wii U version was practically like Game Board Island fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like this one's just you unlock characters, you fight people with random abilities and shit. Like give me a goddamn subspace. Like
Yeah.
easily one of my favorite story modes I've ever played. And Brawl's like not even like the greatest Smash game. Like the mechanics of Brawl are pretty shit when you think
Yeah, they
about
are.
it. But like
But the campaign was so good.
but like I want to pray. I want to play Brawl because of the story mode. Like
Yeah.
makes me want to go back and unlock everyone on story mode just because it
Yeah.
was so much fun. So
Yeah, what? Meta Knight and DDD are taking everyone and turning them into statues? Wait a minute. Guess we
yeah,
gotta go save them.
and then it turns out yeah. Even though I do hate Lucas in that story mode, I think that's what made me hate Ness and Lucas like so much. I hate them so much.
So yeah, I'm like still excited for the next game because I'll still probably play it.
I'll buy it. It's just I don't really know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen.
Part of me just kind of hopes it's like I hope they get rid of characters, not because like I'm trying to be that guy that's like different. That's like, oh, like Ryu should have never been in Smash anyways. But like make us cherish Ultimate like we cherish Brawl, I guess.
Yeah.
Like while like this kind of counteracts what I was saying just 2 seconds ago with the story mode. Like I cherish Brawl because of the story mode, but like there needs to be a reason if they make a new one for us to cherish Ultimate, because if they don't, then we'll just play Ultimate over the new one because there's just so much more characters you can get. And I suppose they can put new guys. Like I'm sure they'll have finally put Waluigi in the game in the next one and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I don't really see how, unless you just like the next installment is literally just Smash, new characters, some return, story mode, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know what they do next. So,
We'll see what they do.
yeah. My number 5, and this comes with a big asterisk, and I have 2 but they're pretty much similar games. I have Lego Dimensions /
Mhm.
Skylanders.
Yeah.
Just don't have us buy the game pieces. Just put the characters in the game as unlockables. That's what made Skylanders badass when it came out, was you got to buy these figurines, put them
Yeah.
on the portal. Nobody's going to do that nowadays. I
No.
promise you. No one will do that nowadays. Lego, maybe do that, because then we can get Lego sets out of it, and you can also just build a Lego set, and then the characters that come with it you can put on, and
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But especially for Skylanders, if they were to ever make a sequel, no one's gonna buy those pieces anymore.
Yeah.
With inflation too, they were damn near $8 a piece back then. It'd probably be $15 a piece now,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
not doing that.
No way.
To play the game, if there's 30 plus characters, you can't catch me buying $15
Yeah.
characters each time. Especially when the resale value of the last games are just so bad. Make it at least so it's like, with Lego Dimensions, people got their money back probably, because these characters were like Adventure Time minifigures. Like,
yeah.
that's badass as fuck. But like, our local pre-played is selling Skylanders like a bundle for $3 because they just want to get rid of them.
Yep.
Like, don't do that.
The resale is too bad.
They could literally make a port of Spyro's Adventure, but you unlock the characters when you play the story mode. I'd probably buy it just because that'd be fun as hell. So, yeah.
Alrighty. And for number 5, I've got a Heart Gold / Soul Silver overhaul. And not like a brilliant diamond shining pearl overhaul.
No.
I just want one where instead of like pixelated sprites, it's just like, it's got the new game animation and pretty much just those games on a new console, just updated everything by keeping like the same OG game. You can just play through it again. It's
Yeah.
just not on the DS.
Exactly.
And the reason I had to phrase it like an overhaul is they are already like remakes. So
Yeah.
it was like,
I mean, never mind. That doesn't make any sense.
I'd play it.
I'd play it.
So
This might sound crazy to some, especially probably younger fans of the game. But if they made a new Pokemon game in the style of Black and White, I'd play the fuck out of that.
me too.
Those were easily the best sprites we had ever gotten.
Yeah.
Like the moving
The music.
2D stuff, great. Because the 3D, while that was cool seeing Pokemon in 3D, it quite literally ruined some Pokemon's looks.
Yeah.
Because they finally had to like, oh, what does Typhlosion look like from
Yeah.
behind?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And in Black and White, it was like the fire collar, like just the ring of fire that's around its neck.
And they moved, and they like they were alive in
Yeah.
2D. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they like removed it and only made it use it when it used its moves when they made Typhlosion 3D, and it like without the ring, it's like
Yeah, he's a
this guy
very
looks like a pear.
like he looks very goofy.
Yeah,
Dude's like a ferret that catches on fire every once in a while.
yeah, it's just sad, but oh well, yeah, an overhaul of those games.
Number 4, I have Tomodachi Life. I fucking love Tomodachi
Yeah, you
Life.
do.
It's such a good game. Like, I already love the concept of Sims. I'm not a big Sims player because I think that game is pretty like technically hard. Like, it takes a lot to learn how to play that game, and like when you first play Sims, I feel like the first like 7 hours of gameplay is just figuring out how to control the game.
Yeah,
But once you like understand it, I think you can like cook through like stories and stuff. But with me, I'm pretty stupid, so it takes me a while to figure out that game. Tomodachi Life, all you have to do is make the Mii, and then the story just kind of happens for you, which is great. And if you haven't watched Poofesher's playthrough of Tomodachi Life, please watch it. It is genuinely the hardest I've laughed at a video game in so long. Like, Beef Boss having babies with Elisa is just hilarious. Like, God. And then they make the baby for you. Like, they combine the me. It's just the goofiest shit of all time. Like, this is why I don't understand why Nintendo is going away from Mii's. There's so much potential with Mii's. And, like, the first console, like the Wii, there's not too many customizable options, but people still found a way to make all these celebrities and game characters and stuff with the little they had. And now we could, like, the Mii's on Switch have so much customizability, but there's no games where you use them. So, like, the max you use them is Mario Kart 8, and they have a helmet on, so it's not like you can really see your creation anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My biggest pet peeve with Nintendo, probably ever, honestly, is getting rid of Mii's.
At number 4, I've got Nintendo Switch Party, and it would be the, like, Wii Party U, and then Nintendo Switch Party. Yeah, I just think it would be really fun. Wii Party's really fun. I'm sure Wii Party U is also just as fun.
It looks fun.
Maybe even more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Nintendo's version of Mario Party, just with Mii's, and I think they could polish a lot of the mini games with the Switch, because there's a couple that are oh.
But that also makes it fun too. And it's jank as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the classic part about older games. The jankness just makes it, like, that's why Double Dash is so fun. Like, it's like, so goofy.
You can't beat, like, even when we clip off the bridge, it's like, darn shucks, I hate this game, but I'm gonna continue to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a Nintendo Switch Party, just an easier. I mean, Mario Party is pretty easy to figure out, but you wouldn't need any, like, complicated dice. It would just be your me and mini games.
Yeah.
And an island. Like, they could do a lot with it, but
yeah, exactly.
I'd probably play it a lot.
Oh, 100%. Now, this is gonna come as a surprise. I think number 3 could easily be my number 1. But because I think this is inevitably coming out, it's not as exciting as my top 2 would be if they came out. I have Mario Kart Ultimate, or the next Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
Inevitably, they're going to make another Mario Kart game.
Well, they have to.
So I'm not, like, that's why it's not number 1. If we were back in the Mario Kart Wii days and, like, Mario Kart Ultimate came out after that, it'd probably be number 1, because it'd be like, oh, this is, like, just so super random, but, like, what is next in Mario Kart? Like, it's practically gotten the Ultimate rub, where it's like the Smash Ultimate rub, where they had DLC that added so much content to the game, where they're gonna have to outdo what they did this time, which is a great situation to be in because it's a great game. But it's like, what's next? They can't just give us a base 32 race game and expect us to be like, okay, like, just give us Ultimate. Like, it'd be great. Honestly, it'd be great too if they just made a base game with 16 new tracks, 16 retros, and then they did Ultimate as a DLC pack. You can do whatever mode you want, Double Dash. Honestly, you could probably put Mario Kart Double Dash sequel higher than an Ultimate sequel for me, because it would just be so, like, what? Like, they actually did it? Like, yeah. So that's why Ultimate's at 3 for me. Theoretically, it's probably my number 1, just because, like, I love Mario Kart. Ultimate would be so sick, like, playing any character, any race. So, yeah. But
Funky Kong and Donkey Kong on the same cart.
yep. What?
That'd be awesome.
True.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll stop thinking about that. Number 3, I've got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 3. And this is another case where it's like story-wise, I can kind of get why they didn't do it.
Wow.
Oopsies. And just because the first 2 games were like so awesome, they came out on the original Xbox, and it was like the first role-playing Star Wars game where you could like shape your own destiny and get your own force powers. Like Force Unleashed, you kind of had a preset story that you just follow. I mean, so does Knights of the Old Republic, but it was like you could talk to people and they'd be like, "Oh, I hate you," and you'd do like that quests, but you'd still go down like this main storyline, just doing it that way. And yeah, they did talk about doing a third game for a while. It just like didn't happen, which is super disappointing. Um, Especially because I just want one with better graphics. Like it's fun to see it with the bad ones, but it's also like, all right, I want to like see these guys.
Yeah, that makes
Uh,
sense.
but yeah, I think it would just be a great game, and I know a lot of people want it.
Oh,
So
probably.
yeah,
Number 2, I have Lego Marvel Infinity Saga. At least that's what I'd call it.
yeah,
Or any Lego Marvel game. I love Lego Marvel
yeah,
Superheroes. That game is so good. So much content, so much unlockables. And that's just like the comic shit. Like I haven't fully played through Lego Avengers and I haven't played through Superheroes 2 yet, but I just haven't because I have a feeling that they're not going to be as good as the first one, which is just probably inevitable at this point. But I feel like the Avengers game, I played like the first like 6 levels, and it's pretty much just you playing through phase 1 of the Marvel movies. And I think it'd just be so cool if they put like a ton of levels of you playing through the movies on like in Lego. Like that'd be a lot of fun, honestly.
yeah,
And then obviously the new updated Lego like minifigures in the game would be sick too. Like, and I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot you can do with that game because they've
mm-hmm.
made plenty of Star Wars, like the Skywalker saga, like where you play
Yeah,
through all of that, and like even just the complete saga where you played through like the first 6 episodes.
yep,
Like that was a lot of fun. So I don't see how a Lego Marvel Infinity Saga game wouldn't be fun either.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. And they could even like imagine what they could do with like what if
Yeah,
they made a
that'd be
big,
pretty sick too.
yeah, like a Hulkbuster like big fig, like that'd be cool.
Yeah, or if they like Lego went out of their way to make their own what if and you got to play through it,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be fun. Because you could do so much in Lego compared to animation, especially because MCU is like, no, this is a part of the MCU now. Like,
Yeah,
if you do something stupid, like, it's on our record. But in a Lego game, it's like, it's fucking
yeah,
Legos. Like, no one's gonna get upset about that.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Alrighty. At number 2, I've got Star Wars Battlefront 3.
Wow. This guy.
Just so many Star Wars games on here.
Yeah.
Um, this is also another game that people have been begging for. Um, Whether you want it to be a continuation of the one that came out in 2006, 2005, that also came out on the OG Xbox, where it was literally like almost entirely finished, except they like I think the head guy quit like 2 weeks before it was like published. So you
Jesus.
can go out there and find like the 95% of the game that was finished. It was just never like officially released. There were just like a couple things that were almost done. They just didn't do. And
That's crazy.
yeah, it was either he pulled out or they just like stopped funding it right before. And it's so sad because I've seen clips and I'm like, man, I should just go out of my way and download this so I get the clarity. But it's like, I don't know because it
Yeah.
wasn't like officially released. I don't know, man. Uh, but you could also make the next one from the one that came out in like 2019, I think. I don't know, the latest Star Wars Battlefront 2. You could make a third one of that because the player base is dying. They like, I don't know, they added everything everyone almost wanted. Like there's still a bunch of characters they could add, like Ventress and like Captain Rex, and they could just, they have so many options to choose from where they can add so many characters.
Hmm.
And like originally the Clone Wars weren't like in the game, and then when they added like Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars, it was like
Yeah.
because they like added Grievous and everything, and it was like this is awesome. Like this is like what we wanted with the original third game, except with like crazy good graphics. But yeah, they could add Mace Windu, they could add so many people. Um, but I hope there's a third one in the works because it's been a while, and
Hmm.
I'd wait like 4 more years for like the whole thing to come out.
Yeah.
Just in like I just want another one because the player base is slowly dying. So
Yeah. My number one, a game where I'd probably have to streak naked around the house if it was released because I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. I have WWE All Stars 2. Uh, honestly, I've explained this multiple times in the pod. A game where you don't even have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy it. It's
I've enjoyed it.
it's just the most over the top bullshit arcade game you've ever seen. You can make any goddamn wrestling guy you want. Like it is like it has like up to arc standard customization
Yeah,
of wrestling guys. It is just it's ridiculous. It just imagine WWE guys took more steroids than they might already be on, and every move they do, you get shot up 10 feet into the air every time
yeah,
it happens. And it's just the goofiest shit ever. Like, and it's a game that's stood the test of time. I was gonna say it's possible because it took longer for them to make NCAA, but that's not true actually. WWE All Stars came out before the last NCAA
Hmm.
game. So, it'd be pretty tough. I'd be curious what they'd do because the whole point of it too was they had like 20 current guys, 20 legends, and then they had a mode where they had like a current versus legend guy,
Mm,
and you can like pick which side you'd be on, fight, whatever. So I don't know what they do with that now. I feel like that'd be a pretty fun concept to figure out,
yeah,
honestly, just because there's so many new guys now than back then. And current guys would be legends on the new game. Like John
yeah.
Cena would probably be a legend. He doesn't really wrestle anymore. Um, I don't know. So Undertaker, I don't know if Undertaker was a legend or a current guy. I'm kind of curious now. I'll look.
Uh, yeah, I remember when like you introduced me to that game and we made like the most obnoxious like duo and we gave them like Rey Mysterio's move set
Yeah,
and
like
like
a big man with Rey Mysterio
yes,
moves.
yeah, and we just like fly around the ring and it was like on screen it looked awful, but it was so funny because like
Yeah.
oh
I'm gonna do this count in my head. You can talk if you want, but looking at this roster now, holy shit. Most of the current guys would probably be legends now, honestly. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, so there's 15 of each, and I'd say probably 8 of them now are just legends now because they're not current anymore. John Cena, Big Show, Triple H, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Edge, Kane. All guys that just don't wrestle anymore. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to go look it up, it's super fun. There's like plenty of YouTubers that aren't even like wrestling fan YouTubers. Like I'm pretty sure Smosh played this at one point, and I don't know if they have it up anymore. One of my favorite YouTube videos of all time was the Game Grumps playing this game.
Oh, sure.
The funniest shit I've ever seen. Like I don't know. If I can find it, I'll have to show you because it was so goddamn funny. They made the most heinous motherfuckers and just wrestled. It was so good. Also, we were playing on my Wii, and the Wii graphics are dog shit. So like,
Yeah.
it was still so much fun, even on the Wii. So it was
Yeah.
like, yeah. So
My number one game is the Mario Kart Ultimate. And
I figured.
Yeah. They could go in like two different directions where they just like add on to 8 even more somehow. They
I don't know.
Yeah. It'd
I
be
mean, that'd probably save us money because we did already pay $100 for this game now.
Yeah.
Which honestly, fine by me.
For 96 tracks and like what 30 characters, something
Well,
like that.
For a game, if you hadn't just bought the Switch within the past like 2 years, you had probably bought the Switch that had Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
attached to it. So that's not free, but it came with the Switch, so you didn't really have to pay for it. And then it's $40 for a second game with
Yeah.
which is the same amount of tracks you get for the main game and more characters.
Mhm.
And it's less than the base game. So like why wouldn't you
Yeah.
get it? So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm also glad because when you told me last night that like the games that you kind of knew that were coming out were in your honorable mentions, I like almost put Ultimate in my honorable mentions because I thought that's what you meant. So I'm glad I
Yeah.
didn't. So,
Yeah. Cause they could just capitalize on what they already released, and then what I would like to see is either they come out with like a double dash mode, cause we just need it. We need it.
it'd be so fun,
Uh,
especially with new graphics too.
mhm.
Like, I would just also I want to make something really clear. This video is already getting really long, but I'm gonna keep it short. Don't make it Mario Kart Tour versions of these
No.
fucking tracks.
Yeah,
That was bullshit. The last 2 waves of DLC were just fucking remakes of that, which is just bullshit. Like, I'm happy we got it. I get when they make new versions of the tracks, like the retros and shit, that they obviously add new shit to it. They make it different because it's a new game.
Mhm.
But, like, when it's very obviously Mario Kart Tour, like, especially, we shouldn't have been playing Mario Kart Tour at the time because it kind of ruined some of the reveals.
Yeah.
Because literally, if you played Tour around the time DLC was coming out, you just knew by, like, that month's battle pass what was coming out.
Yeah.
Like Daisy Circuit, every other race we played on Tour,
Yeah.
and then it got announced 2 weeks later that was in the game. So it was like, thanks Nintendo. Couldn't have made it more a surprise.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, off
Like,
track.
They could port all the characters from Tour into like the actual game, and I'd be so happy because there's like
Just make the biggest amount of characters.
Yeah.
You know how fun that'd be.
Yeah.
You're online, you see literally the most random goddamn characters.
Mhm.
You're playing on a race that you haven't played since DS or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much potential with Ultimate.
Like instead of even like having like 8 Marios to select from, just give them skins like the Metal
Yes.
Mario.
Like they took up spots
Yeah.
on the game.
Yeah.
They added Metal Mario, which I understand
Which
has
is
been,
fair because he's a heavyweight.
Yeah, which is different.
Yeah.
But like just give him a skin, and then if it is really different in that way, just make the stats different when you click on him. If you can make a whole separate character slot for it, I don't see how you couldn't just add Metal Mario and Gold Mario under Mario, and then the stats would just shift when you like hovered over
Yeah.
that character because
Yeah.
it's not that hard to do, I imagine. Like, and you could have easily added probably like 4 or 5 newer characters to 8 just by
Yep.
doing that, but nope, we had to get the Toad version of Peach. Huh? Like
Yeah.
Tanuki Mario? What?
He could be a skin.
Pink Gold Peach? What?
I get they have like different voice lines and animations, but that's just a skin that you can do. Like,
Like if you're a game developer and you're watching my our video right now, please let us know how hard it would be or like the difficulty level of like making a character like a skin but changing the stats when you click on it, cuz I feel like in my head it wouldn't be that hard, but maybe there's something to it.
yeah.
That it is Nintendo though. It it
It,
is the biggest
yeah.
company in the world. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be something that would be so hard that they couldn't do it. So,
Yeah. That and like with the double dash, like I guess they'd have to make a bunch of two-person carts. Even like so they could do that, add it like a game mode, like a two-player one cart thing. Uh the other thing is a different version of Mario Kart Ultimate where they just have all the games remastered and you can like go in and be like, "Oh, I want to play Mario Kart 64." And then you just like play that game.
see, I'd be okay with that, but my biggest issue with that would be like I feel like Nintendo would just get away so easy with doing that. I feel like they wouldn't do too much different with it.
No.
If they did that, awesome. But what I'd want is I'd want them to add every track from every game to the
Yep.
8 version of the game, but also keep that like opportunity to play the older games too. Like you don't have to make fucking Grumble Volcano for N64 version of the
Yeah.
game. You can be able to pick the N64 version of the game and just play those tracks. But I also want every N64 track on Mario Kart 8 too.
Yep.
So you can
It's-
play any track you want. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how hard these things
Yeah.
are. So
But
let us know if you are. So
we're just excited for the next Mario Kart because it
extremely,
has been like 8 years since.
I guess, but they've just added DLC like last year. We got 48 new tracks or whatever it is. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's another 4 years before we get a new game. It's whenever the new console comes out, it's gonna be,
Yeah.
which is fine by me because the Switch fucking sucks. So
Yep. And
maybe that's a hot take, but I do not like the Switch. I play like literally 3 games on there, 8 Smash. I don't even know what other game.
Pokemon maybe.
Pokemon, maybe. Like, yeah. The last game besides Mario Kart 8 or Ultimate I played on there was Legends Arceus, and I didn't finish that because I was just like, the game ran poorly, or like my Switch would die within 40 minutes off charge, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
yeah.
I've had more fun playing DS games, and my DS would last 8 hours a day. Like,
Yeah.
come on. I get there's not as much mechanics to DS games, but when I can enjoy DS for 8 hours a day without charging it, and I'm just trying to get through Legends Arceus, like the slump part of the game mode where you have to walk across the entire map,
Yeah.
and my Switch is dying. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Come on.
Next, I get the whole handheld thing. It's cool. I would be completely fine if the next console was just on a TV with no
Yeah.
handheld bullshit.
They could have like way better graphics, way better processing power, way better everything if they just did make it handheld.
Yeah, just make the handheld like the Switch Lite, just a separate thing completely.
Yeah,
If
that
you want
too.
the Switch Lite with the games on it, they can downsize the game for the Switch Lite if you really want to play that way. If that's, and then they can make the battery better too. But personally, I find myself using that, like the gamepad, only when I'm like in your room playing Mario Kart with you. Like I will always pick the TV over my
100%.
gamepad every fucking time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Sorry for that tangent, but quick hour 40 video.
Nice.
Let us know a game you guys want to see made, like if they haven't made a sequel of the game in forever, or if you want them to make a remastered version of a game or whatever. Let us know. Thank you for a year of Salt Shack podcast. It's been awesome. I still remember last summer around August when we hit our 1,000 view mark, and now we're at 4,500 views since then. Like that's crazy. We've damn near like 4 times our views in less than 6 months since then, like 7 months since then. Like that's crazy to me. So yeah, thank you again for everything. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
We're doing a giveaway at 100 subs. So yeah, I say this all the time, we should be doing more TikToks this summer. We're off school. We're gonna have a lot more time to do stuff. We're gonna do streams. There's a lot coming to the Salt Shack podcast. We're just getting started. So thank you guys for watching. And next week we're starting double uploads. So stay tuned to that. Goodbye.
Goodbye.